I used to think this screen was judging me. I was wrong.
For years, Daniel blamed everything. He blamed the market, he blamed the manipulation, the banks, and the concept of smart money. He blamed liquidity, the news, the spread, his broker, and even his own bad luck. Every loss required a villain because accepting the truth felt impossible. He was forced to wonder what if the person destroying his trading account was the same person sitting in his chair every single day. That realization changed everything. Daniel believed what every losing trader believes. If he could just find the right strategy, everything could change. He sat morning, night, during lunch breaks, and on weekends. One mentor led to another, and one course led to the next. Every new system felt like a glimmer of hope. But every losing month ended with the same exact excuse. I just haven't found the right one yet. He wasn't searching for knowledge, he was looking for someone to blame. Blaming a strategy hurt far less than questioning himself. Months turned into years, his folders were overflowing with trading PDFs, strategy videos, indicators, backtests, Discord servers, and Telegram groups. He had everything except consistency. He always had one answer for every loss. It was the manipulation, the news, the stop hunting on the banks. He had an answer for everything except for the one question that mattered. What if the problem is me? You see, let's pause here. Ask yourself something honestly. When was the last time you lost a trade and didn't blame anything? No strategy, no broker, no spread, no manipulation, just your own decision. There's only silence, correct? So one Tuesday morning, Daniel met an older trader named Samuel. Samuel had no expensive office, no luxury car, no social media presence, and no flashy watch. He had only a notebook, a laptop, and 20 years of quiet consistency. Daniel expected Samuel to offer a secret strategy, but instead Samuel asked,
Show me your journal.
Daniel smiled and said, he
I
had
have thousands of
screenshots.
screenshots.
Samuel shook his head
No,
and
I asked
repeated,
for your
no,
journal.
I asked for your journal. Daniel froze. He didn't have one, not really. He had screenshots of entries, indicators and charts, but he had nothing about himself. Samuel looked at him and smiled. You've been studying the market, he said, but you've never studied the trader. He explained that while the market repeats itself, so does Daniel. Yet Daniel had only been recording the market's behavior, not his own. That sentence stayed in Daniel's mind long after he had left. That night, Daniel opened a notebook. He didn't write about price action, market structure, or entries. Instead, he wrote one sentence. Why did I take this trade? The answer surprised him. He hadn't taken the trade because it was a good setup. He had taken it because he wanted to recover yesterday's loss. The next entry was fueled by fear of missing out. Another was to prove he was right. Another was out of boredom, and another was pure revenge. He wasn't journaling trades, he was exposing his own patterns. For the first time, Daniel wasn't studying charts. He was studying himself. What he discovered was deeply uncomfortable. Every losing trick had begun already in his mind, long before he had clicked buy or sell. You see, the market hadn't changed, but Daniel had. The charts looked exactly the same, but he saw them differently now. He could finally see what had always been invisible. His emotion arrived long before his entries. Fear, greed, impatience, ego, hope, and loneliness. None of these appeared on TradingView, yet all of them shaped his results. Several weeks later, a textbook setup appeared. Old Daniel would have entered immediately. Instead, this time around, he searched for his journal and wrote, why do I want this trade? He stared at the page for 3 minutes, then smiled. He closed his notebook and closed TradingView. The trade setup wasn't wrong, but his reason for taking it was. For the first time, he protected his mindset instead of chasing a setup. Most traders think discipline means following rules, but Daniel discovered something different. Real discipline begins before the chart opens. It begins with brutal honesty. A trader cannot outperform the person they refuse to confront. That became his new edge, not another strategy or indicator, but simple self-awareness.
The market never promised to change. It was waiting for Daniel to, because the greatest edge in trading is finally meeting yourself. This is the Crown Traders. Every trader has a story. Own yours.
Consistency isn't built in the market. It's built before the market opens.
The market never promised to change. It was waiting for Daniel because the greatest edge in trading is finally meeting yourself. The next morning, nothing had changed. The charts looked exactly the same. The market didn't care about Daniel's breakthrough. And somehow, that was comforting. For years, he had believed the market had a personal problem with him. Now he realized the market didn't even know he existed. It wasn't trying to punish him, it was simply being the market. Daniel smiled. He hadn't figured out trading, but he had stopped taking every candle personally. Think about it. The last trade you lost, did the market attack you, or did the market simply do what markets do? There's a difference. One creates a victim, the other creates the traders. See, for the first time in years, Daniel didn't open TradingView. First thing in the morning, he opened his journal and asked, how did I feel today? The answers were honest. Tired, frustrated, worried, trying to recover yesterday, or other reasons. Months earlier, he would have ignored these emotions. Now he understood they mattered more than support and resistance because emotions eventually find their way into every trade. So one afternoon, the perfect setup appeared. Months ago, he would have clicked immediately. Instead, he asked, will I still take this trade if I had already met my monthly target? The answer was no. He wasn't trading the setup. He was trading his financial pressure. He closed the chart, no trade. Walking away didn't make Daniel feel weak. Honestly, it didn't. It made him feel powerful. Something else changed inside of him, changed outside of his trading. He slept better. He stopped checking charts at dinner and his phone stayed on silent. His family noticed he was finally present. His mother smiled and said, we miss this version of you. That sentence hit harder than losing trades because he realized he didn't just lose money over the years. He has lost birthdays, conversations, and peace. Things no winning trade could ever buy back. One evening, Daniel opened his old screenshots. He scrolled through the thousands of images, winning trades, losing trades, and indicators. He wasn't looking at charts anymore. He was looking at memories of a man chasing certainty, approval, and validation. He quietly closed the folder and deleted it. He didn't need those screenshots to prove he was a trader. He had something better now: awareness. Ask yourself one difficult question. If someone deleted every chart on your computer today, will you still know how to trade? Or have you become dependent on information instead of understanding? There's a difference, and it changes everything. Weeks turns into months, Daniel's account didn't explode, and he didn't become a millionaire overnight. But something far more important happened. His equity curve became boring, steady, predictable. Ironically, the less exciting trading became, the more profitable it grew for Daniel. Daniel had finally stopped gambling. He had started operating, and that operation was the real transformation. One rainy Friday afternoon, Daniel sat exactly where he had begun, at the same desk with the same monitors, but he was a completely different man. He often opened his journal and wrote, I no longer needed the market to tell me who I am. He said at the sentence for several seconds and closed the notebook. No dramatic music, no victory speech, just silence. Sometimes the loudest victories make no sound at all. You see, the biggest enemy was never the market, the broker, or the economy. It was the version of Daniel who believed external answers could solve internal problems. Trading didn't create that person, it simply revealed him. Once he accepted that, everything else changed. He stopped fighting the wrong battle. Now, most traders spend years trying to master the market, but the market was never the final exam. The final exam was mastering themselves.
This is the Crown Traders. Every trader has a story. Own yours.